There are 7 questions that you should ask your builders before signing the contract, and we'll discuss about it in this video. Hello, congratulations! You're a first-time home buyer, and then you are qualified to build your own home. Isn't it exciting? Diba? Bihira sa mga first-time home buyers ang nakakabili ng bagong bahay dito sa Winnipeg. But because there are home buyers who have their good savings and they have a good job that qualifies them to buy a new build, then welcome. You can customize your first home. And most of the time, if you are that time of buyers na bumibili ng bagong bahay, ang tendency nyo, you're really very excited and you wanna hop from one showhomes to another. But that's fine. It is a very adventurous journey, okay? And no one will gonna stop you exploring your options. But there are 7 questions that you should ask your builders. At least 7 questions before signing the contract. And we'll discuss about it in this video. First things first, buying your to-be-built home. Again, your pre-qualification is there, and that's why it's good news. The next thing is, where is the location? There are several new developments here in Winnipeg. We have new developments in the south, the northwest side of the city, the east side, and the west side. So, where is the location that you're looking? Hindi lahat ng builders are present in those locations. There are builders that are only doing their builds in the south. They're not doing their builds on the north. So, now that you are searching about your first home, well, it may be a first home, it may be your second home, but anyways, because you're buying this type of property, then of course, kailangan yung pag-isipan tong mabuti. So, ang unang-una natin gawin is, who's the builder that you really preferred? Sometimes buyers are very funny because they're gonna say, Ate Mel, who is the best builder based on your experience? I was like, that is hard to comment. Diba? Hindi kasi pare-pareho ang experience natin sa mga builders, and of course, we trust all of them. They have their own expertise. Right? Now, the first thing to know is, where is the location that you would want to build your place? And then there are websites that you can look at and explore sino ang mga builders doon sa lugar na yon. Kasi at the end of the day, kahit ang gusto mong builder ay itong si builder A, but hindi naman siya yung nandun sa development na gusto mo. So it doesn't make sense, right? So location is your priority. Unless meron kang option na kahit saang development, basta yun ang builder ko. So that's another side of the story. But most of the time, you have your preferred location. So after going to the bank, sanay ka na dun sa lugar where you are in, and you're looking for a location where you would like to settle. Because most of the time, when you are buying your new build, pinag-isipan mo to pinaghandaan mo to, whether it is your second place na doon ka titira or it is your first home. You save so much para maging ready on this purchase. So you're looking for a location, right? So it's good to know who are the builders in this area. And of course, shop around dun sa kanilang mga available show homes, right? So it is a journey, and being in this customizing your home, hindi tayo dapat nagmamadali pagdating sa ganyan. Okay? So your home builder will be your partner along this journey. Kaya You have to look who is really what will best fits you. Okay, let's start looking. Make your due diligence again, finding your builder. And of course, these are the questions that you would want to ask them, okay? And until you are satisfied with their answers, then probably you can say yes to someone that you really like, okay? So we highly recommend that you interview multiple companies or multiple builders in the area and then make your final decision. First question, what do you offer that other builders don't? Builders are out there, they have their unique value proposition. Take time to communicate with them about this. What differentiates them with other builders? Importanteng malaman niyo yun, okay? As home buyers. Okay, second question is, what are the standard features of your home and what are the upgrades? We, as home buyers, we tend to look around and go to their show homes, diba? Excited na excited tayo, especially every weekend here in Winnipeg. It's our day off and we tend to go see what's available out there in the market. So we're checking their show homes, and take note, their show homes are houses na napakadaming upgrades. I heard several upgrades goes to 80,000 to 120,000. Kaya nga tinawag silang show homes. They tend to put in a lot of upgrades in that place. So kaya pagpasok mo, like, oh wow, this is a beautiful place. Okay? And then, hindi mo alam, upgrades pala yun, ano? Anyways, it's just something that they wanna show what they can do kapag sila yung nag-build ng house niyo. Okay? In the process of customization, maybe I would say, well, again, it is based on your preferences. If you are cost conscious or budget conscious, you might tend to stick to what the standards are kasi magaganda naman sila. Pero there are situations that the upgrades will make sense, and maybe we're gonna be discussing that further when we're in that process already, okay? While you are asking about them about the upgrades and what's the standards, don't forget about the warranty, okay? All of them has warranty. Just ask them. Okay, third, when is the deadline to make changes that will not cost you much, okay? Every time you're gonna sign a contract, they'll say you have up to this time to change what you want to change. Kasi, of course, we understand that they have timelines. Kailangan nila mag-submit ng kanilang drawings, plans to the city for permits and approvals. So, they have a certain timeline. Kasi after that, and here you go, you wanna change something. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Kailangan alamin natin when is the deadline, when can we make changes that will not cost us money. Alright? Here you go. Number 4, how will the final price be calculated? Kasi remember, this is a new build, okay? And the amount that is in your contract will be just the starting point. You will be going to the design studio, you will be going to the lightings, you have the options to pick and upgrade and those kind of stuff. So initially, in your contract, that's the only amount you have. Or let's say 550,000, just saying, for example. And after that, you went to these steps on customizing even more when it comes to interiors, lightings, etc. Then you fall in love with the design, and there you go. There's another cost to that, but it makes sense. That's fine. Every single details that you're gonna add on to your original contract, that would be an additional document that you were gonna submit to your bank saying these are the upgrades that we made and this will be included in our mortgage. That is totally fine. So that's how it is. It's your original contract amounting to, let's say, 550,000 might probably be ending up to 560, 570,000, which is just a matter of signing a separate document for some upgrades. Okay, it happens. That's normal. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, number 5, couples that are budget conscious. I knew them right away in the very first time we discussed about this. Hearing couple talking in front of you about, oops, ito yung kailangan natin gawin. Oops, ganito lang tayo, hanggang dito lang tayo. Alright, okay, you're talking to the builder and you're saying, how will you ensure that we stay on time and on budget? Most of you who's buying a new build, well, of course, those who are first time home buyers, you might probably be living in an apartment, okay? And you have that contract that would end at this particular time and you need to move out of the apartment. Yun namang iba, they're buying or customizing their new home and then you're living in your old home and maybe you plan of selling that house in order to buy your new build. So you have to understand that kind of transitioning and that's important, okay? Minsan dito nagkakaroon ng stress ang maraming bumibili ng bagong bahay. They already have their new home ready, pero yung inyong bahay ngayon hindi pa nabibenta. So that's the challenge. So you don't want to end up that way. Kaya dapat you have to ask your builder. Pag sinabi nila, okay, this is your budget and this is your time when you will be taking possession. So well coordinated. Everything has to be well coordinated in that kind of thing. Ask your builder about that. Number 6, who will be my primary point of contact in your company? Always remember that the builder is dealing with so many clients, hindi lang ikaw. Kaya, that's a good question to ask from the very beginning. Kasi mamaya niyan, you are asking a lot of things and then you're not receiving any response and you'll be like, what's going on? During the time when you're writing an offer, the person that you're dealing with in the show home or in that builder is the builder's representatives. Most of the time, they're the builder's agent who's going over with you the standard contracts that you would want to sign. We call it an offer to purchase. That's the builder's contract, they call it. So at the very first, you are dealing with the person which is the representative of the builder in that development or the person you dealt with when you're signing your offer to purchase. That's the first contact person. Until such time that everything is done, conditions are satisfied, you have your lawyer's approval, your bank financing and everything, you will be transferred to the person in the builders, well, it's actually the builder themselves already, and they have people who's taking care of everyone's file. All right, so for sure there will be communications between the person who dealt with you in the very first writing the offer to the person who are gonna deal with you after all the conditions are satisfied. So another person who will gonna take care of that file in the builder's department. Okay? Just learn it from the beginning, okay? Hindi kasi yung person na kausap mo doon sa show home, siya din yung person na mag-attend sa'yo all throughout until the property is built or after the house is built. Hindi. It's mostly different person, okay? Kaya that transition has to happen because, of course, department by department yan right? Hindi isang person lang ang kausap natin. And it's important because you have to know who are you dealing with in the process. Okay? Number 7, when would my home be completed and available for move-in? Kagaya ng pinag-usapan natin kanina, there are some interesting things that is happening during the construction process. Again, construction process ito, okay? Not at all time it's smooth, but can be managed. In the original contract that you're gonna sign doon sa person who's doing your offer to purchase, they will put a specific date saying, eto yung possession date mo. Or sometimes you're lucky, then they're gonna say, okay, when would you want to take possession? Kasi ikaw yung may gustong, maybe pwede ba mas maaga or pwede ba mas later? You can do that. This is important to understand. Not all possession date is the real possession date, because you never know what will gonna happen in the construction process. Remember, it would take them normally about 8 to 12 months to build your home. But we have seasons to consider. Paano kung winter time? It's too cold, or maybe the materials is not in yet. This affects the construction process, and we have to understand that. But in building your new place, there is always this communication between you and the builder pag nangyayari yon. Minsan napapaaga, minsan naman tumatagal. And it depends. So, during this time that you are waiting, of course, nandun yung excitement. Minsan mapuprostrate ka. Akala mo magpo-possession date ka na, pero hindi pa pala. But, it's totally fine. Again, you just have to understand that in the construction, parang laging merong something in there. Expect that to happen. And that should not frustrate you, but it's just telling you something na, okay, you have to know what's going on para kung there is a delay and you need to sell your place, at least hindi mo kaagad ibebenta yung bahay mo. Or kapag ka naman, oops, mas mapapaaga yung possession date ko, then, of course, the communication is very important between you and the builder. Again, as I said in the very beginning, your builder is your partner in this journey. Kaya dapat, you have to always communicate with your builder. Please remember, you are the buyer and you're doing this for you and your family. Okay? Here it is. This is the truth. The person that you're dealing with, the builder's office or at the show home, they are the agent that is protecting the seller, which is the builder, at their best interest. You, as the buyer, has to do your due diligence. An agent who's representing the buyer is someone that will protect you along the process, especially if that agent is very knowledgeable on the field. So, by doing your due diligence, you have to be protected as well as the other party is protected too, right? In dealing with you. So, do not hesitate to call an agent that will represent you being the buyer. They know their stuff. They are an expert in the field. And you need them in your journey dealing with the builder. Okay? So at that note, I'll see you in my next video.